the prosecution's case fell apart.
Yeah.
Are you saying that because of the verdict that came out or because of what you witnessed during this trial? Because I'm going to argue that their case did not fall apart. We have not heard a juror speak. I'm talking specifically about sex trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like between the evidence that was presented and the testimony that was given, I believe that over weeks, the prosecution fully laid out their case for sex trafficking. And the jury chose not to believe the testimony of those women. That jury of 8 men and 4 women listened, watched the testimony of those women and said, I don't think you were forced. I don't think you were coerced. I don't think you were threatened. That's what they said.
A lot of people believe that, not just those jurors. Okay, just because you women hate men, or maybe you've had some type of traumatic event in your life, and therefore you want to just hang all men now, does not mean that people have to just believe everything that y'all fucking say. Like, if y'all setting the precedent in this country, like, whatever a woman says, that means whatever that they say at any point in time in life, they could be scorned, they can hate a man, they can want to take a man down, and all of a sudden we just have to believe what they say. There's a reason why they have to get on the witness stand, and there's cross-examination to challenge their lies, to challenge the things that they're saying. Because if not, then y'all can just lock all men up whenever y'all want to lock men up. It makes no sense.
Even the most conservative people are saying that there were mistakes made by the prosecution. For example, there was the testimony of the women, and then there was the words that the women had typed out to Diddy and talked to Diddy about and all of that
This
stuff.
is the problem. This infuriates me, okay? To your point, the jury could not separate what the women were saying versus what a text message that said, I love you, or a text message that said, you're my best friend. There is a deep misunderstanding of what consent is, consent, and then taking it back, and then coercion. In the closing arguments, Diddy's attorney said,
Hold on.
Cassie Ventura was...
She said that the jurors couldn't separate the two. Why would they? Right? That is confusing for any normal human being with a thinking brain who doesn't just think that women are all victims and that all men are evil, right? Because it's only y'all who think this way. That if you get on the stand and said, this man did this, he forced me, he did this, but then we have text messages, years and years and years, hundreds of text messages, not just a couple, where they are agreeing to do these things. They are part of it. They're with the shits. And now you're saying that the jury got that wrong because they were confused and they didn't know what to believe? Regardless if they believe them or not, that still brings doubt into the case because we don't know if they're telling the truth now or were they telling the truth then. I don't know how y'all can't see that.
The winner in this case. And he's making that statement because she walked away with a $30 million settlement. To say that Cassie is the winner minimizes and ignores everything that this woman endured. The jury obviously believed that, which is why they found him not guilty when it came to sex trafficking. That statement erases her testimony.
No, it doesn't erase her testimony. Like, you sound stupid. You sound dumb. When y'all say things like this, how did that erase her testimony? Because he said that Cassie won. Cassie did win. She got $30 million. And he was convicted on the transportation of the prostitution. So therefore, she did win. She got justice. But she was not sex trafficked. Those are two completely different things. He could have put her through terrible things and hurt her and all of this stuff. But he was not sex trafficking this woman. And I think that's what y'all don't get and y'all don't understand.
Of years of physical abuse, psychological abuse, and fear. And when he made that statement in his closing arguments, he opened the door and planted a seed for this jury of 8 men and 4 women to discredit her testimony and to correlate it that it wasn't that she suffered any type of coercion or that she felt threatened or there was any type of force. They correlated it more to this was something that she desired.
No, you're missing it. She probably felt coerced. She probably did go through traumas. Yes, he probably did put hands on her often. Yes, she probably was traumatized and emotionally abused and all those things. But it wasn't for the freak-offs. She wasn't coerced to do the freak-offs. Right? Like, people can be in a domestic violence situation and a woman can be, in pain for years and years and being emotionally abused by a man for years and physically abused by a man for years. they engage into sexual freaky activities does not mean that they're being sex trafficked. That's what I don't get, that y'all don't understand about that.
I listened to a jury deny the rights, I feel like, of these women who testified. It makes me feel like maybe the Me Too movement didn't have the impact that I did.
I knew it. For one, they didn't deny their rights. They just didn't believe the shit that they were saying. Y'all act like there's not women out here that be down with this type of shit. Why do y'all think that? Why do y'all think that every woman is just so perfect and they sit so pretty and like, what? No. I'm not saying that it was like, you know, I don't know what Cassie and Daphne Joy, I don't know what they got going on in their minds, right? But why do y'all act as if there aren't women that be down with this shit? And so when we have evidence and text messages of them being down with the shits, but then they get on the stand when now you're going to get $30 million. And Daphne, she was, the word on the street, allegedly she was not threatened by the prosecution, but she was told by the prosecution that they're going to charge her and then her child will be taken away from her if she doesn't testify against Diddy. She didn't even want to testify. So again, a lot of you women out there, y'all have pain for whatever you may have went through in your past, and I'm sorry for that. But just because Diddy beat the sex trafficking charges does not mean there's a loss for all women in the Me Too movement got brought back. Shut that shit up. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Is Rachel Lindsey, has she lost her damn mind, or does she just hate men and hate Diddy so much that she cannot accept the fact that he wasn't actually sex trafficking these women in a Rico manner? No, this sounds stupid. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Love y'all. See you in the next one. We out of here.